What's up guys, Matt Richard here. Time for another edition of Alternative Shred. So, we're going to do one lick a bunch of ways. I'm going to show you guys a few sort of permutations and ways to take some of the stuff that we've learned already and maybe apply it to what could just be one lick. And it started out as being one lick, and the lick was this. It's in a Mixolydian, as you may have noticed. That's one of my favorites. Basically outlined in an A7 or Mixolydian arpeggio. Okay, kind of wide stretches. That's obviously the biggest one. That's 12, 16, and 19. 12, 16, 19, and 12, 14, 18. There's that nice dominant 12, 14, 18, 12, 15, 17. It actually gets smaller as you go up the lick. And that's a cool lick in and of itself. You probably noticed I legato or hybrid pick this for the most part. So that's cool. What can we do with that? Well, let's think about some of the other stuff we learned and maybe try and apply those concepts. So that's sort of version 1. Version 2, what I would do is I would employ my legato tapping idea, and I would replace the third note on every string with a tap. Let's see what happens if we do that. There's the first one, right? So instead of this, we have this. 12, 16, 19, 12, 14, 18. Okay, there's the beginning. Also very cool. You can see we can sort of start to mix up the phrasing. Added the flutter taps in there. It can get really fun. So that's, now we have sort of two pretty different sounding licks out of the same idea. What else could we do with that? Well, as sort of a bonus, what I would do, let's think about Alternative Shred Lesson 1. We did that pentatonic thing. We started way up here, that kind of thing. Well, what if we applied that to this lick? So we got our shape. I'll start maybe here. Right? Kind of simple, not quite as crazy of a stretch, but let's see what happens. Pretty cool, right? So very different sounding licks, built out of the same basic premise where we just started with this sort of old school shreddy lick. This kind of idea. That's old school sequence, something we probably practiced a bunch back in the day, and I applied it to that shape. And then all left hand. Pretty cool, right? Some really neat stuff happening. So, again, play with it, experiment. Very cool. So I hope you're starting to see how we can take one idea, and there's nothing wrong with this original lick, don't get me wrong, but it is sort of old school, more of just a typical shred, like 80s shredder, lick, and apply some of these newer concepts with this legato stuff. We replaced the third note with a tap, with the legato tapping. We did sort of that freaky pentatonic thing with it, where we slid up from higher up and then worked our way down legato, and we even took an old exercise thing and applied it to that lick. So lots of possibilities. Have fun. Again, just play around with it and see what you can come up with. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Alternative Shred. I will be back soon with another lesson. Again, Matt Richard. If you're enjoying the lessons, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit me up on Facebook, wherever, YouTube comments, and let me know how you're digging this stuff. And I'll see you guys very soon. Till then, peace.